My eyes were fixed on setting the fastest known time on the Mountains to Sea Trail in North Carolina, a 1,175-mile journey that I hoped to complete in under 30 days. I remember being in the planning stages, and my heart would race excitedly thinking about this extraordinary journey. It was a huge task, but I was confident with my background in athletics and hiking, I might have a shot. When I was young, I realized I had a gift for long-distance running after joining the middle school track team. I excelled in the mile run and went on to compete in cross-country in high school, always placing high among my peers. After college, I began running longer distances in races such as the half marathon and marathon, which again, I placed high in. The Grandfather Mountain Marathon was my first marathon I ran, and it's self-proclaimed as one of America's toughest. I placed high in my age group, clocking in at 3 hours and 44 minutes. I found my love for long-distance hiking and adventure after completing a thru hike of the Appalachian Trail in 2019. I'd be combining my love for long-distance trails with my gift of endurance sports in pursuit of the fastest known time on the Mountains to Sea Trail. I was up for the task, but apprehensive to say the least. I had heard stories of those extraordinary ultra runners and accomplished hikers with lots of sponsors setting these fast records on popular trails. I was intimidated, confident, way over my head, and stoked all at once. I was afraid of the unknown and failure, but encouraged by my support system and deeply desired to attempt this record. At the end of the day, I left it up to the saying that became my motto: you never know what you can do till you try. I began making steps in the direction to my goal by preparing about 2.5 months beforehand. I had a full list of to-do tasks, which included forming a support crew, finding a support van, creating several daily mileage schedules, putting together good sleep and restock points in one document, buying essential supplies, stocking up on foods, and doing all of that while training my butt off. The hardest parts were finding a support crew that could dedicate 1 month to my hike. After searching for what seemed like forever, I had formed a solid team of trusted companions. Ryan, a friend, committed to being present the entire time if he could document my journey. He was an aspiring documentarian and wanted a chance to tell my story through film. He would be the guy driving the support vehicle, meeting up with me at restock points and assisting what I needed day to day. Rascal, my trail partner, who I met on the Appalachian Trail the year prior, was going to be there for half of the month. She was an experienced hiker that could run with me during the day. She could also provide assistance when planning mileage, where we would stay, and was a reliable resource for plenty of other matters. My mom would be there on the weekends. She could provide relief for Ryan and Rascal so they could get a break. My mom was also there as a person that would know how to truly motivate me when times got tough. Among them, others like my friend Ryan, Lexi, Reese, and my dad would show up periodically to encourage me on my way to the coast of North Carolina. The second hardest task was finding a vehicle that could be suitable for this sort of feat. We needed something big enough for a couple people to sleep in, a storage place for all of our supplies, a workspace for Ryan, and a vehicle that could last a month over unpredictable terrains and circumstances. Successfully, I found the perfect vehicle. Just kidding, that's not the vehicle. After months of searching, I realized I wouldn't be able to afford a camper van that could fit even a couple of our criterias. We ended up taking my Buick Rendezvous that my husband and I converted into a camper car a couple years prior. Guys, but this is the front seat. Nothing really to it. I'll actually take you around here because I think you get a better idea of the whole bed system. It concerned me though. This Buick was my first vehicle when I turned 16, and it was already having a couple problems before the hike. Either way, we would take it and we'd hope for the best. Someone would have to sleep outside every night in a tent, and the other person would play Tetris with her supplies in the car. But it worked, and it was free. As I worked a full-time job at the Blue Ridge Hiking Company as a guide and a caretaker, I also trained for the hike across North Carolina. I had to become comfortable with hiking and running 40+ miles a day through the mountains, on roads, and on beaches. I ran almost every day and completed nearly 70 to 100 miles a week. I did paced repeats up the 900-foot, 1-mile Deer Park Mountain with a weighted pack. I regularly stretched and did yoga as well as exercises to strengthen my knees, shins, and core. I relied heavily on mentors during the planning stages of the hike. I hiked with Mercury on her record-setting hike of the Appalachian Trail while receiving valuable advice from Warren Doyle, who was supporting her attempt. My boss, Jennifer Farr Davis, generously gave me a lot of her time out of her busy schedule to give me guidance. Everything else fell behind, and before I knew it, Ryan and I were packing up my car to head to Smoke Mount Campground in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park at the base of Clingman's Dome, where the MST began. This is the last meal in society before the hike. This is called a quesarito. It is a cheese quesadilla, and then the quesadilla is made into a burrito. It's ginormous. It's so big.
It's the best.
It's the best. This might be the last time that I can walk normal like this. Tomorrow is a big day. I am starting my fastest known attempt of the Mountains to Sea Trail. That's crazy. And you know, I'm actually starting it on September 1st, which is our summit day of Mount Katahdin. Mount Katahdin is where we finish our Appalachian Trail through hike. So it's a momentous day for many reasons. My alarm chimed at 3:30 a.m. that first morning. I felt rested and so ready to go. Everything was set, arrangements were made, training had been done, and I was ready to accomplish my goal of setting the FKT on the MST. Ryan and I walked in the dark to the top of Clingman's Dome, full of nerves. There I began my journey at 4:50 a.m. as I descended off the concrete structure. This looks so creepy. Hey guys, we are at the top of Clingman's Dome right now. It's really windy. Here's the dome part, I guess, and there's Ryan. We are ready to go. It's really windy up here, and my headlamp doesn't have enough battery, so Ryan graciously gave me his headlamp, so that's really nice. I'm ready to go, so I'm gonna get off here and start running. So here we go. Almost immediately after walking down the trail on my own, everything was quiet. All the preparation, training, and excitement led to this. Day one. I hope you can hear me all right. Get away from this water. This is Deep Creek, by the way. Day one starts off well physically. Mentally, my head is all over the place, honestly. Like, how's the car gonna hold up? Worries about the trail. The trail is, it's like wild, man. It's untamed. It is not like the Appalachian Trail. I mean, I'm fording a bunch of waterways, rivers, streams, just in the first day. Like my legs are completely drenched, and it's not from sweat. There isn't any blazes in the Smokies. It's just at trail junctions there's signs. It's crazy. It's like It's a lot. It concerns me for sure for the future. Like navigating, I'm worried about navigating, but I just gotta stay on top of my game, not get too confident. Yeah, it's a little rough mentally. I'm pretty anxious, but it's just day one. Take it day by day. Still day one. Blue Ridge Parkway, walking. About 30 miles in to this thing. I finished the day relatively quickly, but once I got to the campsite where I booked our first night, Ryan was nowhere to be found. Hey guys, crazy thing happened. The car broke down. Essentially the radiator hose, I guess, just like burst or something. And so Ryan was at Water Rock, I forget the name, Water Rock Gap or something, and he noticed that, and so I walk up and I get to Mile High Campground, and this nice lady, the nicest caretakers, she was like, "Hey, are you Tara?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Your car broke down and Ryan's getting it fixed, or he's getting it towed, and my husband just went down to get it, to get your things." So this caretaker, the guy, went down and got all of my items that I need to hike for the next day, and that was just so generous. And then they put me up in this cabin here, and then they invited me to this dinner that I think I'll go to. However, the car, so it looks like it does need a new hose. Hopefully he can get up here to me, but my dad is gonna come and switch out cars. Just so nice. Y'all come to Mile High Campground. They are the nicest. They took care of me. Y'all give them business. The generosity. Day 2, and yesterday was crazy, but the generosity of people and my dad like saved the hike. My dad drove up last night to Asheville, and now I guess him and Ryan are figuring out how to exchange vehicles. Hopefully the vehicle does well this time. My left shin, is in some pain, and my right knee, it comes and goes. It's like sharp pains. I'm getting some water. I've been alone all day. I've done about 30 something miles. I have like 11 more, so. Say hi. Oh, it's my dad.
Good night, Tara.
Good night. Hey, it's day 3. Anxiety's starting out strong today, but every day I'm just gonna get up and go. That's what I'm gonna do. Just get up and go. I forgot to mention that this morning I started out at Haywood Gap and like almost immediately entered into the Middle Prong Wilderness. And dude, that was so hard to navigate. I thought I was gonna miss a turn. I was freaking out. Like it was so confusing to get through Middle Prong, and it was like dark out. But I made it. It was just really hard. My eyes were like glued to my phone. Yeah, but I made it. My knee was in a lot of pain, just like scorching, like just searing pain on the right side of my knee. And I called my husband up for the first time in a really long time. Not really, like 2 days, but it felt like a long time. And he was like, yeah, I've had issues like that before. It's simple. It's an IT band. All you need to do, I've never had this before. He's like, all you need to do is you just need to stretch it out. And it feels a lot better, so that's good. Swollen ankle. Last night, I didn't sleep too well. I was like sweating for some reason. I slept in the tent at Lake Powhatan. So you saw that video of my ankle last night. It was super swollen. My toe is swollen. Toes are swollen. One toe is really swollen and pussy. Hopefully that nail comes off soon so it doesn't keep digging into my nail bed. Woke up this morning, it was hard. Cried last night again. That's just gonna be a routine. It feels good to cry. Don't ever be afraid to cry, guys. Feels good. Oh yeah, my ankle hurt really bad last night. Like when I was raising it, at one point it was like sharp pain. So I don't know, man. It's pretty swollen. Don't know what that's about, but it feels fine right now. I went through the Asheville area today. That was really cool. Sad to leave. My IT band is so tight. Yeah, I'm in pain going up Craggy. It's really hard from Rattlesnake. Yeah, it's difficult. I cried.
Oh. And you got a little bit of a view here. Nice view. Say hi, Candy Mama.
Hi. Graybeard Mountain view.
The view of Bugman.
Bugman. Ryan got me pizza after a really hard day on trail. 42 miles, Craggy Gardens, Craggy Pinnacle, whatever, rocks. I'm done, but I have pizza. I'm happy. Day 5 was one of my toughest days on trail. I started walking up from Walker Knob in shoes that were too small for my swelling feet. I had developed bad knee pain, toenails were falling off, and I believed I had shin splints. My pace was slow in the morning and didn't speed up until I met up with Ryan to change my shoes. Meet Mount Mitchell. About 9 miles in today. I've been going super slow. I'm pathetic. It was hard today. I went about 1.5 miles an hour. Yeah, it was hard, but I'm here. And I have about 24 more miles. Smile. I cried already today. It's gorgeous up here. I just can't stay long. I'm supposed to meet Ryan up here, but I guess the gate is closed or something. I don't know. It's my birthday today. Did I mention that? I don't know if I did. I came from there. Wow, all the way. Somewhere all the way up there. With 13 miles left in the day, I left my last restock point with Ryan and started immediately feeling intense pain through my lower legs. It felt like I was getting shot as the pain surged up one leg and down to the other in a cycle. I was on my own until my dad and friend Lexi met up with me on trail to walk to the endpoint. It was nice to see them, but by this point I was limping and barely going 1.5 miles an hour. As I limped to our ending destination, I wondered how I could continue another day at this rate. But my dad, Lexi, and Ryan had a surprise waiting for me that lifted my spirits and got my mind off of the pain I was in. Thank you guys, this is great.
Well, thank you, Dad.
They surprised me with happy birthday.
No,
M&Ms and stuff.
Lexi has got the meat covered.
Oh, thanks guys, this is so
beef.
great.
The beef.
This is the appetizer.
Wow.
The appetizer.
Yeah, this is it. I do try to stay
Birthday
away
celebration
Sure.
and ice.
You try to stay away from.
I appreciate somebody who enjoys their wine.
It's a painful day on trail.
This isn't great wine, but I chose it because it had
But good birthday celebration.
Nice.
Malbec. Malbec, I do like Malbecs. Happy birthday, dear Tara. Happy birthday to you. That is nice.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh my gosh, that looks, is that fun? Walking normal. I have pain in my shin still, but yesterday was very rejuvenating. I've been walking on this road, which I think is good to start out. Like obviously I think the trail is going to be like a little tougher throughout the day, but this trail, I've been on like this like dirt road. Oh. I've been on this dirt road for about, it's like 5 miles, and I feel good. Shins like pain. I feel the pain, but I'm good. I'm just gonna keep going. So we split today up into 2 days. I was gonna do 47 today, but that just seems a little too much. I just want to take care of myself so I can go into the next section feeling strong and not injured and not perpetuate the injury. So I'm gonna take it easy these next 2 days and then hopefully be back on track. All right, that's it right now. Bye. to Linville. I really don't know where I am. It's hard. It's rocky. It's very exposed. I was warned by Jim, who works for Friends of the MST, about this, so I'm glad he told me and set up my expectations. Otherwise, I don't know. But the elevation profile looks crazy for today. I guess it's time to do a string crossing. I'm going over there. Oh, right there. Gorge. Very beautiful. Here we go. I feel good. Gonna keep going. Today hasn't been particularly hard. It's just rocky. And Linville's hard. Today was a 2-mile-per-hour start, and I was pissed. I got to the car and I told Ryan, you need to record this because I'm getting out of here as soon as I'm done talking. Either I need to sleep longer or sleep less and hike longer days to get through, or I need for you to, not you, to hike faster. I need to get new shoes, so he's gonna get me shoes that aren't constricting my feet swelling. I'm using 2 trekking poles instead of 1. I'm just gonna try to keep on a pace all day. Just keep on it. So with that, 2 hours we have designated for 6 miles, and that's where he'll meet me. So I'll keep you updated to see if I do that. Walking on the Blue Ridge Parkway. I've done this section before. It's good. It's a little warm today. It's all supposed to rain tomorrow, which I'm not looking forward to. That'll be the first rain day. Anyways, so I'm about more than halfway done for the day. And just doing 40 today. Just doing 40. I'm doing 40 miles today. And yeah, so yesterday we had some miscommunication and just had to hike about 0.5 to the campsite, which wasn't my favorite thing, but I was excited to get to camp. It was nice. Tonight, I'm going to this lady Jan's place, which will be nice. Rain day, maybe it'll distract me. I don't know, but not looking forward to rain, honestly. Wish you could just, it'll cool down for sure, but looking forward to just nice, cool, sunny weather. That's when I feel the best. I had a little anxiety today, just like when is this gonna end? Like
It's all in my head, honestly. All in my head. But anxiety is real, man. My feet feel great. I was able, these Lone Peaks are the way to do it. Like, so glad my friend Reese went out and got them. Hopefully she comes back on the team tonight. I know that Ryan could use the help. But yeah, that's it. Cool. I think that's it for right now. All right, bye. Put the tarp up, which is kind of cool. It's funny. Let's see what we got. Yeah. This is a fun little setup we got.
On my last full day of the mountain section, I experienced the worst anxiety on trail. It was as if the anticipation of the rain and the unknown was giving me more anxiety than it actually happening. The conditions on trail were perfect, and at this point on the MST, I was hiking up rolling hills instead of full-fledged mountains. Though the weather was teasing rain all day, the clouds provided great shade from the sun that was so relentless the day before. My body was also beginning to heal from my injuries, while also getting used to the day-to-day grind. By all accounts, I should have been fine, but for around 2 hours, my mind raced with fears, and I couldn't find my mental peace. Finally, after some phone conversations with family and a restock of silver dollar pancakes from Ryan, I was back in the groove again.
It'll hold off for a little bit, so that's good. We stayed at Jan's place last night. Jan, someone I met, she's a section hiker that I met, and she's just so great. She fed us really well. Jacuzzi, Epsom salt soak, warm shower. Oh my goodness, it was so great. And I'm really happy. I'm like rejuvenated, and I've been running pretty consistently today, which is great. I'm trying to get my muscles back to it because I feel comfortable hiking, but if I can run, I should do that. So I'm trying to get through today, which is 37 miles. And yeah, oh, there's a blaze. Yeah, so my mind's a little blah, but just get through these rainy days and just go further every day. Every day is a new day. So just look for that. Just look into the future. Well, no, not looking into the future. Staying in the moment. Yeah. It's a good day so far, though. Like, it's not bad. Hope it stays like this.
I ended day 9 at Devil's Garden Overlook on the Blue Ridge Parkway after completing 37 miles for the day. This spot marked the end of the nearly 350-mile mountain section of the MST and the beginning of the 372-mile Piedmont segment. I had hiked through the Great Smoky Mountains, into the wild Middle Prong Wilderness, by Asheville, painfully climbed Craggy Gardens and up Mount Mitchell, then through the beautiful Linville Gorge. I forged 11 streams in Harper's Creek and hiked by familiar territory of Blowing Rock and Boone. For 9 days, I experienced new pains, mental battles, one of the worst but also best birthdays of my life, and was ready for more. The last 9 days that would have normally flew by in society seemed to crawl. Day by day, I hiked nearly 40 miles for 13 to 16 hours. I learned that my struggle with generalized anxiety was worse than I had thought, but even though the mental tug-of-war felt like it would never go away, it actually did eventually subside. I became acquainted with pushing myself past the point of excruciating pain to achieve a goal. Lastly, I realized we aren't guaranteed anything in life. No amount of planning or preparation could prepare us for the things that didn't go our way the last 9 days. But on the flip side, we didn't understand how we also got so lucky and experienced so much good. It is a wonder to know anything could have happened out there. I remember talking to Jonathan every day on the phone as I experienced some of the worst pain in my legs. He would remind me how many miles and days I had left before I was done with the mountain section of the MST. We believed after that it would be smooth sailing. This encouraged me to keep pushing forward in hopes that the pain caused by the relentless trail, rough terrain, and long miles would go away. I didn't realize, though, that a couple days later, I'd be wishing I was back to the safety and seclusion of the trails. Stay tuned for the Piedmont episode where I go through the worst stress on trail and wrestle with the constant thought of quitting.